Hello and welcome to the first ever Stormgate stream, and I think this might be the first one in my country who's done this. Yes, is this clickbait? But like cannon rushing, I don't just get used to it, right? So what I'm going to be doing in this video is that I'm going to be going through the Stormgate discussion topic for September of this month. And what we're going to be doing is that we're going to be making kind of a video essay. We're going to be reading through this. I need to. Oh dear. Oh gosh. Too far. Too far. Yeah, I'm going to be zooming in. I'm also going to be explaining what's going on, what's up. I need to put my face over here. You have to see me down this corner. But we are going to be doing that. No, I can't take my. I'll leave my face there. All right. Great. So first of all, what is Stormgate and why should you care? Okay, so Stormgate is the future of RTS, as proclaimed on their website. It's a free-to-play real-time strategy set in the year's future, take command of the human resistance, force other factions, so on and so forth. Has this game been released? No. Can you play it as of this moment? No. You can sign up for the beta, and you should, but you can't. Now, but what you can do is that you could go on their Reddit and you could join their discussion topics to really see, no, here's the thing. Here's the thing about Stormgate. They're still in development. There's still a lot of areas that they haven't decided upon. They are doing this beautiful piece of community engagement. Let me zoom out a little. They're doing this beautiful piece of community engagement where you can go on and you can have your own opinions written. And in other discussion topics, they actually like take all the feedback, and let's say I'll throw on Heroes for example, right? They actually take all the feedback, they read it. There, we asked about the community, the results were overwhelming, thank you so much, blah 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 blah. And this will actually go into the game. So they're doing a wonderful job of community feedback. Now, who are they? They are Frost Giant Studios. I've jumped straight to our team. This is the Starcraft 2 team. Tim Morton, director and CEO, he was the production designer and director of Starcraft 2. Tim Campbell, former game director of, lead campaign designer for Warcraft 3. You have Carla LaForge, which is the co-founder of Day 9 TV, big names in the community. You have Ryan Schutler, creator of Starcraft 2 GameHound, which is the Observer AI. You have Kevin Dog. Again, I'm skipping over some of these names here. Again, Starcraft. You have Kevin Dog. He's one of the top spokespeople. He was the former lead prop designer of Starcraft 2. This is the ex-Starcraft 2 team. This is like the dream team of RTS veterans, and they actually were able to raise, I think it was $5 million in funding to make this game. That's why there's so much hype towards it. And if you're watching, please go and wishlist this on Steam. I've already done this on my main account. By the way, if you like this content, do like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below, not for me, but the Zergling, the Zealot. Work. Okay, calm down, everybody. Alright, so let's get into this, good and proper. Alright, so what this topic is it's going to be about the Warchest. So I'm going to be skim reading this post. How do I get rid of this app? Okay, I'm going to be speed reading this post. A link will be down in the description. Okay, it's time to discuss the topic. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so the question is about battle passes. You may know them as Warchest in Starcraft 2. Key facts: it'll be free to play. We're not doing pay to win. We know what works. We ain't starting from scratch. Yes, this is the Starcraft 2 team. They already implemented. These were the guys who made the Warchest. So, yeah, players could choose from each race. We'll get to a Warchest in a second. Some games have been harshly criticized for their BattlePass. Too little experience, new characters. We've seen popularization of gacha or gambling style mechanics. Hearthstone. Okay, let's make them even better. So, this is the crux of it. Again, if you have time, go into it, go write a comment, go and do this. I will be reading through some of the comments, okay, down below. Alright, so here's the thing. Here are some of the key questions. Look at army skins. What additional cosmetic results would you like to see? Do you like the idea of chess progression for other races? Do you like the idea of Warchest encouraging you to play other modes? By the way, First Child, if you're listening to me, first of all, I'm honored. Second, please have like a numbering system, like 1 to whatever the number is, so that I can say point 1, 2, 3 and I know what they are. Do you think challenges or achievement need to be completed to make it better? Are you in favor of cosmetic rewards now or in the future? Do you think players should be able to purchase the remaining stuff? Is this unfair to players who earn the rewards? What about social rewards? What about infinite progression for the war chest? Do you like the idea of supporting the esports prize pool? Okay. So broadly speaking, the big question here is it's in terms of the progression. So let's go to the Starcraft 2 war chest as a reference point. Okay, so if we look at the Starcraft 2 war chest, the main article is here. Again, thanks to Subsolvian for being the admin of the Starcraft 2 wiki. The article is here. It's very well detailed and documented. If you bought a war chest for, I think it was $30, depending on currency, you would get a skin set for, let's say, Marines. So the Special Forces, Marines, Leviathan, drones, like it's a full skin set. You could buy it individually. I think it was something like $10 for one faction, but if you bought all 3 factions at one go, it's something like $25. As time went on, you also had other things like decals and sprays. Really popular system. Okay, this is the one that I want to point out. This is what the crux of the discussion is, which is that do you want to have a system like this debate started right at the beginning. There's some episodes of the Pylon show, and there was a lot of debate about whether this was a good or bad thing, because you had to play to unlock the items. And most people was fine because you can unlock them via co-op, you can unlock them via arcade, you can unlock them via ladder, no issue. If you unlock them at a certain point in time, I think you got additional reward. So the real question is about time, which is that, let's say the war chest ran, look, it ran from the 19th to the 13th of September, this is 2017. If you finished all of this in time, like you were diligent, you came back every day, you finished all the tasks, should you get additional rewards that are exclusive to yourself? And that's a problem because, like me, I have not played a single ladder game in the last 3 months because busy, school. Is this fair? That's really the crux. The idea is how can we make this progression system better? And this is a very tricky one because real-world incentive systems are one of the hardest things to do in the game. So this is the context of what we're talking about. That's the big one. The other questions is like, what kind of rewards do you want? And a few other points, those are secondary. It's a lot of fun to think about. But this is really the big crux of it. So we're going to see what this discussion has entailed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find my comment. Okay, let's go to my comment first. Okay, please list the points. Okay, so this is my response. Then we'll get to some of the other responses. I'm going to be reading probably the top 5 comments, and then we'll be going through them. So this thread is still open. You can come here and you can comment. You can comment on other people's ideas. Let's have a lively debate discussion to help the Stormgate team. Okay, so what are we looking at? What I personally want is I want music and sound. I love the idea that you could have, let's say, new music, new voice lines. Like if you buy the skin set, nothing changes, but you get new SCV voice lines. You get, a Zergling that sounds like a dog. And that's the thing. Nothing can be pay to win. This is not pay to win. It might need some testing so that the sounds don't like break a ladder or something. But that's something that's really good. Okay, so oh dear, I might need to edit this. I think I deleted it by accident. Okay, so my personal take on that is that this is a really tricky one. Okay, so here's what I personally think is that if you complete this progression system, you should have additional rewards. However, for the players who can't do it in time, they should not be penalized. What I think is that if you pay N number of dollars, $30, $50, $2, you should get everything. But if you complete it time, maybe you get extra EXP, you get some sort of in-game currency that will eventually allow you to buy those skins. I do believe that all of the skins for the at least like the skins for the Warchest, they should be behind an internal paywall with an internal currency so that you can buy them. You can leave a set of exclusive skins to be cash only, that's perfectly fine, but those should not be tied into the Warchest because it's going to be very, very unfair. Like, what happens if somebody's excited, he buys the Warchest, and then he gets COVID or something? Like, he can't complete it, or his computer dies or he falls into a coma. Like, that's $30 wasted, right? That being said, I always like the idea of a timed event so that, people are like kind of rushing and increase that sense of urgency. That's my personal take on it. There are probably other ways to implementing it. As I mentioned, we will be going through the other comments. Some things, yeah, social media, yeah, that should be an automatically yes. Like if you share the rewards and you share it on Facebook or Instagram or Discord or wherever, maybe be part of a raffle. Just share the word about it. It's a fair trade. You are using some of your clout, like the individual person, to share it with your friends. Again, like what I'm doing, right? I'm just telling people about it. Say, hey, you want to be part of the potentially next great RTS? Come here and help. Same thing. Do you like the infinite progression, or do you want to be able to complete it? This one I really don't know, because this is now divorced from the idea of payment. Once you pay for something, you should absolutely get it, but there might be, as I said, additional rewards beyond that. Support esports operations, yes, absolutely. By the way, something they should have done in StarCraft 2, and I'm furious that it never happened, is that they should have had team logos and as banners. Imagine like playing StarCraft and you have Jin Air Green Wings, KT roster, Shopify Rebellion in the game. Look, if those teams disband, that's fine. It allows you to be part of a legacy. We did not remove the in control stuff just because the man unfortunately passed away. That's one reason why I play with the in controller announcer pack. Yeah, but the real question I had was about that. Alright, so that's enough waffling about me. Let's go on to what other people have said. So what I'm going to try to do here is summarize some of the other ideas that they had. If you have your own ideas, feel free to comment, preferably here, but you can comment in the video description, and we'll see what we got. Oh, by the way, there's another point about the Warchest. They actually also released with comics. It was so cool, and I actually did a series of videos on my YouTube covering those comics. By the way, I plan to make this at least a monthly series because they do this every month. So I will be covering the topic the day after it comes out. I will also be covering our thoughts on the game. Hopefully, it lets you keep up to date with what's happening with Stormgate. This is really good, shaking up to be the future of StarCraft 3. All right, let's move on. Okay, this is already sorted by top. Okay. Alright, let's see what the first person said. 27 upvotes. I don't have a ton of opinion. I think you should be progress the chess no matter what game mode you're playing. Okay, I start at that point. You can make it get 1000 EXP or place this style thing, probably faster, but okay, this is important. If I absolutely hate race X, I could just grind as many games with my main race and still get it. That way, if people like the little challenges, they can still do that and be rewarded, but for people who just want to play the game, same unit, they can still get everything and not be annoyed. Okay, this is a very, very important point that Mr. Jigzog has pointed out, which is that you should be getting a bonus if you, let's say, do a combo challenge. But look, they're going to be the kind of people that don't want to do that. They just want to cannon rush every game. Look, you are within your legal right to do so. There's some people who want to play, let's say, only Zerg, and they've literally never touched Terran in their life. That should be fine. The people who have never played a game of ladder, a lot of them in fact, you should be allowed to just play co-op. So he makes a very, very good point about that. That yes, maybe have a bonus for doing combos, but look, if you don't want to do it, that's fine. You don't have to do it, you still get your thing at the end of the day. Maybe you get it faster, or maybe you get some minor achievements or bonuses. Nothing too game breaking. As far as the chests go, requires to be gated to finish. I get it's important to have some sort of mechanic to have a little FOMO, fear of missing out if they don't buy it. Challenge is something I never understood. Increase the rate of sales completing at their own pace. I don't think anyone, okay, this is important. I don't think anyone who buys Apex Legends Pass with 10 days left to finish it hasn't already neatly completed a huge waste of money. Whereas they leave it open, they see a huge uptick of people. Okay, so this is a tough one, right? Because I understand where he's coming from. There's an argument to be made on this. The thing is that I don't have the right data because I could see somebody making the argument as, hey, look, it's this quarter, we want to get sales, we want to have that surge of income to, yes, it's a very quarterly report kind of thing, but it's relevant in the context of business where you could, I do firmly believe that having this timed thing, getting people to buy, is a merit in and of itself. It's like Starcraft, right? Like, you can't take your time. You need to hit a timing attack if you want to get the most out of it. So agree to disagree slightly, but I can see the arguments both ways. Okay, let's go. Okay, now this is important. Let's go to the responses to this as well and talk about it. I think something that people are not doing, and I'm doing my part a little bit. You should also respond to the people putting these points so that you can actually have a back and forth debate. You can go deeper into the points. Okay, what's the response from Jasper? It's always possible that something unpredictable happens. Injury, yup, exactly. Unlock the rewards with points quickly, but after a deadline in the far future, all rewards are unlocked from buyers of the album. All? I've got a ghost skin. I've got one of the ghost skins that you cannot ever get. You can't even buy it if I'm not mistaken. And ghost in SC2. Dude, I'm proud of this thing. I don't think you can buy it. You could only get this suit, this specific ghost suit, is if you had purchased Legacy of the Boy before it went free to play. Now, I bought this a year before free to play, so I'm fine. You do need to have some level of exclusive reward. How much and what, that is a matter of debate. Log 1. Okay, let's go to the next one. PyroKid 235. You know what works, so I'll skip over the points, go straight to the question. Wait. Raise a player portraits. UI is okay. Okay, so another person agrees. Rewarded for exploring areas of the game as long as it's not forced. Okay, this is a big deal. They say that you should encourage, not force, encourage people to play other game modes in StarCraft 2. Like in StarCraft 2, there are so many game modes. You have campaign, co-op, 1v1, team games, arcade, side challenges, replays. I can't replace. Yeah, like, and arcade is a freaking fractal of things in there. So I think that's really, really, really good. Okay, hold on. I'm not a big fan of rewards that be only obtained by a certain period of time. Okay, wait. Okay, yeah, so this person basically is saying that yes, I am in the I don't want it to be timed camp. Oh, the hardest part of implementing a reward system is understanding who that reward system punishes. Okay, that's a good one. An infinite reward system punishes those who are unable to play every day. This is interesting. I don't know about this. I genuinely don't know. I love the idea of supporting esports with proceeds. Yeah, okay. I think everybody's gonna agree on that, to be honest. Ideas can be replay packs, interview questions, or simply your name on the screen thanking you for your support. That's a good idea. Like you say, hey, I bought the Warchest. Like, you know, one of those I voted cards or something. I don't know. Where I live, I have mandatory voting. Yeah, have like one of those stickers to say that, hey, you are a Warchest guy, you're supporting the scene. Your money is going to help fund GSL, ESL, ASL, etc., etc. Okay. Alright, let's go to, let's see, this is number 2. Let's go to 3 and 4. Bit shorter, Evil Brew. I love the idea. Keeps things fresh. I'm experienced with Rocket League, PUBG, and Halo. Okay, I don't know those battle passes, so let's read it. Halo, they did a terrible job. The challenge swaps that were not rewards. Halo's daily were way too grindy and difficult. Oh my god, Hearthstone has that problem right now. Challenges to be quick and easy. Okay, so let's talk about challenges for a second, and I can only speak for Hearthstone. Hearthstone is so tricky because some of the rewards are really, really like they are unbelievably grindy, but every so often you have a specific challenge that forces me to play in a different game. Or it forces me to actually go and build a deck and play it, and once in a while it's okay. Thankfully in Hearthstone you have a refresh challenge, so if you don't like it, but it can be very, very grindy, especially in the mercenaries. Most of the time it's very, 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 very grindy, but there are a few good challenges sprinkled in between. It's a tough one. I do not like how they are timed. Okay, so almost everybody agrees that it should not be timed. I'm a bit more split on it, but that's what they've gotten upvotes. Okay. Stopper is awesome. Yes, you are. I want a non-barrier doesn't beg you to buy it after every game. Okay, so this is a sales thing. Okay, Bullet Man. Hello, First Child. Okay, I know this is going to be a long post. Thank you, Bullet Man, but my mouth is getting dry. So I'm going to scroll down, read it, and drink some water. Yep, okay, this one we agree. Not sure about the Corp Commander or the hero skins, but we'll have to see how the game actually develops. I don't mind it. Okay. Okay, it doesn't force you to play them. Okay, so that's a big deal. People don't like to be forced to do things. This is actually a bit of a tricky one because an incentive system that does like again in Hearthstone, I can ignore all of the challenges and just play whatever. I tend to default towards the items that are there, so it feels like you're losing out, you know. Nice, not too punishing. Okay. Okay, what about purchasing in future? Okay, so League of Legends does this to an extent. The old skins that can't be bought anymore are sometimes available for short amount of time once a time. Yeah, that could make sense, right? Like every like BlizzCon, exclusive skins go on sale or something, you know? Or when they're leading up to like the grand finale of the year, like hey, these skins are now on not just on sale, but like like here's the thing. There's also a big difference. Are we having a discount? Are we having a once in a year sale, that kind of thing? It's like with the Zealot, right? Like you can't buy him anymore. I have him, and I have the Zealot. But if you missed it, it's gone. You have to find one online. And again, they're only 5,970 made. Like right here on the tag. I mean that's an interesting thing, isn't it? If you think about how this would work with physical rewards, but that's okay. Good idea. I always like the idea of gifting skins. I love the idea. The issue is implementation because once you can start sending skins, depending on how the rest of the economy plays out, like some of the other games had issues where people were selling skins. Because selling and gifting is the same thing. Starcraft 2 doesn't have the problem because you can't really gift it the same way. Anyway, okay, so this is very complicated, but it's an interesting idea that, put it on the board. Yeah, this is also a good point. Infinite progression. What does that actually mean, you know? Okay. Yep, everybody agrees. I hope the feedback is helpful. Greetings, Bull. Alright, I think that's about it. There are a lot of other comments. I'm gonna zoom out and skim through them. Because I don't have time to sit here all day and read every single one. We'll just see if there are any different points. Bonus experience. Earn the rewards during the season with the option becoming available later. Yep. Despise party-based progression. Okay, so this person does not want it to be social, but having a social option is good. Forcing people to be okay. Don't force people. Uh, don't make it feel like a job. Okay. Does it turn into a chore? Okay. Encourage but don't force. Best bonus, you can take time off. Okay, that's an idea. Holiday themed stuff. I think that's a separate topic. Let it complete it at my own pace. Okay. Okay, so this one I replied. This was my take. Okay, this is interesting. Let's see what somebody replied to my comment about it. At 15 tiers, we cut non-skin extras. One skin is 15 tiers. What? I don't get what this person means, to be honest. Like, I get the math, but I'm sorry, Hans, but I don't get what you mean. Okay, this person thinks it's toxic. If you made the purchase, you should get what you paid for. Okay. Very simple in principle, but I think you can optimize the system. I replied to that, but I didn't get a response to that specifically. Okay. Well, let's just take a look at this one. This one had quite a few responses. Oh dear. Button. Okay, so let's take a look at what somebody said here. Implementation of median master donor underloads. Alright, let's take an alternate opinion. Paid for BattlePass, extra rewards, blah 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 blah. Oh, okay. So this is an interesting point, which is that everyone should get some kind of progression system tied to a battle pass, but those who purchase the battle pass should get additional stuff. Okay, I really like that idea because when the Warchest was active, there was nothing for the non-Warchest players to do at all apart from play the game. It would have been nice if you had like a good example in Starcraft is the classic skins, classic Marine. There's an example of what the heck. Okay, there was basically a Marine skin that it's this one. Like you see that he's holding the old gun, went to the StarCraft 2 gun. That could have been something that would have been really good. It was just given out for free, which was nice. But having a progression system with some rewards could be something you think of. Again, it's very easy for me to say. Okay. Try to see progressions. No. Okay. Same as above. Yeah, people don't want to be okay. I think the crux of this is that people don't want to be forced to play another way. Anything else interesting? The social one is kind of eh. Everybody says that it should be supported esports prize pool, so Frost Giant, please do that. Okay. Please no emojis as reward. Oh man, like this one deserves to be. No. Please have the emojis. Have the emoji. I disagree. Okay, Heroes of the Storm has its own problems. It does some things well. It does some things badly. That's it. The emojis I think are fine. Let's just breeze through a few of them, and then we'll continue for let's call it for a few more minutes, and then we'll call it quit. There are alternative, inefficient, and guaranteed ways of. Oh, well, this is somebody who agrees. This is somebody who's in the other camp. Fear of losing is a powerful sales tactic. It's a fair one. Okay. So this person actually, like everybody else, give or take, was saying that no, should not be timed. This person agrees with the FOMO, the fear of losing out. Okay, but even this person, what's his name? Norm Nosu has mentioned that he or she thinks that it should be in rotation in the future, which. This is a good point. Older population of customers should be difficult to complete everything in the busy season. Alright. Additional cursor. Okay. I'm gonna stop by this person because this person has some really good ideas for things. Soundtracks, I agree. Pets around the base, I love this. I actually commented down here is that I agree on more sounds and having like the like imagine like you could choose to have a dog or a cat or a fish or a bird around your base. Doesn't do anything, it just walks around, but you made that choice. That's your personal pet. People gonna buy that, man. It doesn't cost much, right? In the game, you already have dogs and cleaning bots and Usadons and whatever, right? Critters. Let you pick your critters for your base. Okay, let's read. Okay, we're gonna read to this person, and we're gonna call it quits here because there are a lot of other comments. Hopefully, they have a system to analyze this. But let's. Yeah, this person basically agrees with most of the other points, which is that should not be. Yeah, you should be able to unlock it at your own time, play at your own time. I mean, you can see a lot of people who are writing on this forum are definitely older, which on the one hand, more mature, we have more money, buy it, but we don't have as much time. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. If not, I'm gonna be here for way too long. You can see that this is a long thread. A lot of people are writing in stuff. That's great. All right. So, end of the video. If you're still watching here, first of all, go to stormgate.com. Link will be down in the description. Sign up for the beta. Sign up for the emailing for the mailing list. Do the same for Frost Giant as well. Just go and follow them on all the social media. These things matter. Like when they go to their investors and they tell them that, hey, got 100,000 people on Twitter. When we retweet something, 10,000 people retweet it. That's a big deal. The investor's going to say that, okay, I'll give you more money for less. It makes a difference. They mentioned this in interviews when they released Stormgate, is that add it to your wish list, add it to your wish list. It really helps the algorithm for it really helps the algorithm in Steam, and it shows a lot of it. Yep. Next, go to the Frost Giant, and by the way, the Frost Giant Reddit, they will always they will post it here. You could discuss it in either place, but the main discussion is now on Stormgate. We'll do that. Right. If not, that we are fundamentally done. Of course, lastly, like and follow. Again, if you have ideas or comments, leave it down in the description. I will read my comments in my YouTube video. I will respond to them. Yeah, we can have a discussion, and hopefully, this helps the Frost Giant team. This helps Stormgate to make the next great RTS. Alright, if you like this video, once more, like, subscribe, comment. Now for me, the Zergling. Wog! Wog!